In a span of 20 years, more than 564,000 people died from overdoses involving opioids. And as time passes, the number of deaths continues to rise. In 2020, 7,842 people lost their lives just in Florida alone. But we have to look beyond those numbers. Each one a person with a life, someone's son, daughter, mother, or father.
Tonight, our Kylie McGivern brings us to Pasco County, which is weathering a new wave of the opioid crisis. Prescribed powerful painkillers as a teen, Roy Gray shares his story to help others as the epidemic continues to worsen.
For Roy Gray, the love of the game, a constant through the turmoil of his life. The brotherhood bond, unbreakable. From playing at Ridgewood High School,
all I ever want to do was play baseball,
to a field he's found his way back to.
If I didn't have this, I honestly don't know what I'd do.
A lot has happened in between.
Using drugs one by one took away every good thing about me.
As a teen, Gray broke his back sliding into a base.
My knee locked up and it jammed my femur into my hip and fractured 3 vertebrae. That was the most pain I've ever been in my life. That's when I first got prescribed pain medication.
Percocet, Vicodin.
Yeah, it just escalated from there.
Was there a moment where you thought, I'm in trouble?
Yeah. The moment I had the physical addiction.
Gray was sick. Experiencing what his friend had to explain was withdrawal.
And he's like, just take more and just make sure you don't run out.
3 words that would dictate Gray's life. Don't run out.
And before I knew it, my prescription would last me 1 day. Pain management clinics that I went to, all in Tampa, they are right off Dale Mabry.
No insurance, cash only.
At the doctor, I felt like he was the drug dealer and I was a drug addict. And same thing with the pharmacies.
According to the DEA's pain pill database made public after the Washington Post filed suit, from 2006 to 2014, there were enough pain pill prescriptions for every man, woman, and child in Pasco to receive 57 pills a year.
In 2014, I overdosed.
Gray was homeless and arrested for drug possession.
That was my bottom. When I was not the overdose, I was in jail, and I got the discovery that I had stopped breathing in somebody's front yard. That was, I've shared about this before. That was, I think, my will to live. I didn't know how to stop.
8 months after his arrest, while on probation, Gray's Narcotics Anonymous sponsor wrote a letter to the judge saying he is clean and working to make real and lasting changes in his life. He's worth taking a chance on. September 5th, 2022, Gray celebrated 8 years sober. But reminders, loss, still circle him. His brother, Nick, died of an overdose in 2008. Last year, his girlfriend died.
I met Chanel 7 years ago in recovery. 6 months ago, she overdosed on fentanyl. That was the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in my life.
Continuing in NA, seeing people come into recovery?
That's why I stay. I think about where I used to be, but where I am now.
Gray came out on the other side, but in the last 2 years in Pasco County, at least 545 people did not, according to fatal overdose data from the Pasco Sheriff's Office. Since 1999, around the time Gray's addiction began, overdose deaths involving opioids in the U.S. have increased by more than 8 times, according to the CDC. Opioid overdoses killing nearly 69,000 people in 2020. That's filling every seat at Tropicana Field twice.
All the guys that are on this team are grateful just to be alive.
Back at a smaller ball field, Gray's sobriety supported by a team that gets it.
Most of the team's in recovery. It's like when I played baseball, but even better. On the field and in the dugout, it's more than just playing. You know what I mean? It's about life.
A life he wants others to know is possible. We were the first to go out with the Pasco Sheriff's Office's Behavioral Health Intervention Team as they passed out Narcan to the community, fighting an uphill battle with more people dying of fentanyl overdoses.
It's getting out of control, absolutely out of control.
Next week, the new approach gaining traction in the fight to save lives. With photojournalist Randy Wright, I'm I-Team investigator Kylie McGivern taking action for you.